Hi, this is Dan Bullard, retired electronics engineer on the front deck of my houseboat again. I want to talk to you about current harmonics and voltage harmonics. It's such crap. Such crap. Why are they talking about current harmonics? You know, 10 years ago that was not a thing. They weren't even talking about that. And I know because I edited the Wikipedia page on harmonics, and there was no mention of current harmonics. Now it's everywhere. And the interesting thing is, why are they talking current harmonics? It's really easy. Because people don't understand current as well as they understand voltage. Voltage is easy. You go down and buy a 9-volt battery. What's that? It gives you 9 volts. All the way up until pretty much the end of its life, and then it dies. They don't care about the current. I mean, you know, you can't start a car with a 9-volt battery, but other than that, people don't really think about current. And proof of that is, I did a video on a current source, and I used to have to deal with this stuff because on the Genrads, they had active loads. It would force a positive current or a negative current. If the voltage was above a certain value, it would force a current out of a device. So basically make it sink current from a source, the device, under test, that you're trying to test, to make sure that you could do VOH. And in the case of the device putting out a low voltage, it would source the current into the device, make it sink current to test VOL. And that was a current source, and boy, did it take me a long time to figure that out. Because, you know, I mean, I only knew tubes and stuff by then, you know. Once I got into it, I was great. In fact, I used an active load. That's what they're called, active loads. I use an active load to test the capacitance on a pin on the Vista. But people don't understand current as well as they understand voltage. And that's where this, it's called obfuscation. And I don't know if you know that term, but obfuscation is basically a way to intimidate you out of asking questions. And so when they talk about current harmonics causing voltage harmonics, they're obfuscating. They're making it appear that they know what they're talking about when they don't really know what they're talking about. Harmonics are not caused by current or by voltage. They're caused by the wave shape. And I've proven that to you again and again. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, some device yanking on a pin won't cause harmonics. It probably will. DACs and ADCs, if you remember that Semicon I was doing, Semicon 2000, I was doing a demo, I think it was on a DAC, but I don't remember. I've done lots and lots of DACs and ADCs. At first, ADCs weren't my favorite, now they are. I love ADCs. But if you have an error in a DAC or in an ADC, it'll cause a malfunction in the transfer function, and that'll cause harmonics. And that's what I've been showing you. And there's all kinds of devices that will do that. Amplifiers, all kinds of stuff. And just clipping a wave will do that too. And that's how I simulate most of my stuff. Class B amplifiers, the zero crossing, or as some people say, crossover distortion. But whatever, you know, generally those things happen in the transfer function, and harmonics, unlike what they say over at Stack Overflow, harmonics are not random. Harmonics are not random. I can't say that enough. Noise is random. Harmonics are not random. They are not random things that happen to a waveform. They are defined by a distortion like that glitch in that microcontroller DAC that I showed you. They are definitive. They happen all the time. It's like the nail in the tire. Not like the gravel on the road. It's like the nail in the tire. They hit again and again and again and again at the same point. And that's why the phase angle is so predictable. The phase angle is always 0, 90, 180, 270. predictable, because what goes up must come down. And so when a distortion happens at 45 degrees, will absolutely happen again at 135 degrees. So these guys are obfuscating. They know that you would like to know about voltage harmonics, but they're going to change the topic to current harmonics, and that's harder for you to understand. So, you'll go along with them on that. Now, this is true all over the industry. I mean, even IEEE has adopted it. And it's just despicable, just despicable. These people need to be drawn and quartered, you know. I mean, anybody who had anything to do with current harmonics, they need to be tortured. You know, it's really awful. They need to be thrown out of the business and, you know, go off and serve lattes and, you know, flip hamburgers and stuff. It's really awful. The harmonics are caused by the wave shape, period. Period. Now, I don't care if you're talking tubes, transistors, I don't care if you're talking motor bearings, bridge structures, spaceship going into orbit, I mean, spaceship on the way to Mars, anything, you know. The harmonics are simple to understand, and they don't apply just to electronics. So let's say that you find harmonics in a bearing, like that one case. I can't mention the company, they'll threaten to sue me, but that one company, they had a posting about a bearing. The guy discovered it and he saw these harmonics. He's like, what are those? And I answered, and they threw me out. They threatened to sue me for talking about it because I was calling them fucking idiots, and they are fucking idiots. But the explanation of current harmonics causing voltage harmonics cannot be applied to a bearing that's failing. You know, if you have a bump in a bearing and it causes some distortion or some vibration in the bearing, you can't explain that as current versus voltage. I mean, you can't do it. It doesn't work. A bridge, the Tacoma-Narrows Bridge, cannot be understood as voltage versus current. These guys are just obfuscating. They don't have a clue. Now, what I'm showing you is laws of physics. Laws of physics. I discovered 6 laws of physics. And you ask anybody, what are those humps? They don't know. That's what that guy on that website was asking. What are these humps from this bearing in this spectrum? And people they came up with all kinds of crazy explanations. None of them were true. It was harmonics. Harmonics. It sounds like Alan going by. Yep. Hey, Alan. I like Alan a lot. He's a nice guy. He tries not to talk when I'm making a video, he's a nice guy. So I got Alan going by, that's great. So these guys are making stuff up. They're just making stuff up. I mean, it's like, you know, the guys, I swear to God, it's just like in the medieval times when priests were arguing over how many angels could dance on the head of a pin. That's what's going on. And it turns out it's not 10, it's not 50, it's not 1,000 angels dancing on the head of a pin. There are no angels dancing on the head of a pin. None. There are no angels, period. These things are really messed up. Current harmonics causing voltage harmonics is complete garbage. And this fat-ass bastard, he's got like 240,000 views. Fat-ass bastard talking about harmonics, he's full of shit. He's got thousands of people convinced that he knows what he's talking about. He doesn't. He doesn't. So that's all I really want to say today. So I hope it's a beautiful scene back there. I think so. Anyway, so once again from the river, this is Dan Bullard. See ya.